Hello everybody, it's Jay Brayson here again with another episode of Dominions 5. So, our research in Thorntic is completed and construction as well. Soon enough we'll be getting up to Evo 5. The research is on easy, so it's actually going to be deceptively easier than it might appear compared to normal. At construction 4 I guess we'll make a skull stick, but our pretenders come back, so there we go. I could probably show for Jahi this turn. Just to be more interesting than everything else that's going on. This battle, by the way, went horribly. Let's kind of have a look. So Umidor is the last throne that Erytheia needs to take. This battle is an absolute shuttle crash. I mean, we lost so much stuff. So if we look at what the Erytheians have over here, right? They have a couple of Water 2 guys, some guys with Astral 3. Let's see if they've got even a single Fire 2 guy. They have this guy, Makada Deduchos, should have had an allotment of fire gems and could get some flaming arrows up. Instead, Rigor Mortis goes off, which is bad news because that's something we don't ever want to deal with. And they send a bunch of completely pointless Earth Elementals out. Earth Elementals are not good versus Ghosts, especially unbuffed. The reason for that is that the Ghosts are ethereal, so 3/4 chance of not taking any damage, and with their very low protection values, they tend to get very easily damaged by, I mean, it's 50-50 shot basically on a spectral spear, even if it fails its MR check. So. But yes, here you can see some solar rays, very good. It's about 20 turns too late to be casting solar rays, but it's still being cast, and the archers aren't doing anything because they don't have flaming arrows, so the rest of the battle is kind of a formality. But he lost 14 mages, some mercs, in fact 2 sets of mercs, and the game is pretty much over, I think, for him. Over here we've got a Tender Duchos, but the Lemurians didn't really lose any particularly important ghosts here. Like, for example, none of the Grand Lemurs went to ghost jail for a couple of turns. They lost a handful of Astarte and Velites. Dispossessed spirits are just completely disposable on Lemuria, and all of these 250 guys, and presumably these over in Agraria, are just going to sit on Umidor now, and just prevent the Erytheians from doing anything. We are about to have a Dominion wiped out, I think, so we need to do something about that. But yeah, so this guy, Polyrus Place Nataraja, came back with 1 less level of nature magic. Unlike in Dom 4, you don't lose 1 level of every magic. In fact, you can actually gain, I believe, blood and certainly death. Or you can lose a Dominion point, so losing your Pretender is not particularly great, but it's probably on balance a little bit safer to like play riskily with your Pretender, so long as you have relatively good priests on a nation, than in Dominions 4. And a Worldwide Events code, so Mabakia, the Bringer of Misery, has been summoned to the world, which is one of the Heliophagai, I believe, presumably by Bogarus. If we go and have a look at this, we've got Black Hawks and 5-foot Angels over here. 5-foot Angels are blood priests, so they'll be hunting, and the Black Hawks are there to patrol away the unrest. They also have a national summon called a Singal that's pretty good for that, but Black Hawks is still very, very reliable and cheap way of doing it. So Polaris Place Nataraja, I guess we will get to summon a Jahi, because they're an interesting unit. Ferrosian Wizard, I guess, will rebid. I'm not really sure why we're doing this at this point, but there we are. And then over here we are recruiting a couple of Hand of Seraphim, Iron Hail Archers and Spywhorn Archers. Eventually, well, I say eventually, what I actually mean is pretty much next turn I intend to go on some kind of offensive to try and just make the game more interesting to spectate, really. I think the point at which we can really affect what's going on in it altogether too much is long gone, but yeah, this is basically a race to try and stop the Lemurians from winning too soon. I mean, it's possible the Erytheians can come back, but I just don't see how. Like, that leadership is so, like, the scripting and so on is just so inept that I don't think it's possible that he can defeat a basically arbitrary number of ghosts. I mean, this attack is just doomed. Yeah, GZ, you got some, like, PD down, but I mean, you lost twice that many mages over there, so no faith whatsoever. Anyway, so maybe the Bogorussians are going to pull out a sneak win. I'm not really sure how, but they do have recruitable H3s, so if they go and take an Erytheia, that I'm just going to go ping, see what's in it, I guess it's possible they could win. But again, like, I don't see them going on the offensive. They probably should. They should just be attacking the Erytheians and me, and just going, well, I'm going to go over to the curtain wall and take that. And then it's like, what, a short skip and a jump to get to Umdor from over there. And the faction has so much astral magic and fire magic and so on that they're actually pretty well positioned to deal with the Lemurians at this point, I would assume. They're not going to have the same kind of like line troops in terms of effectiveness, because they don't have anything magic weapons, at least unblessed. I doubt he's going to be using a lot of Scapezzi, but in other respects they're pretty good. Like their magic certainly is very suitable for fighting ghosts with. Anyway, I'm just going to leave the turn here, I think. We're going to call Jahi, forge a Black Barbatolf for when they wake up. Jahi is a seducer. They're not particularly decent in combat, but they are certainly a sort of useful unit. I guess we'll make some comedy cheese shoes as well. Or no, wait, we were saving our air gems, now I remember, from last turn to make some flying boots for the Pretender. I guess we've got 27. Let's be indulgent and make some cheese shoes as well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Been Britain, and goodbye.